It's raining, and when it rains, it pours. Have you ever heard that before? I have. I was dating this woman one time. Her name was Tammy, but I mean by birth her name was Tamara. I've only heard that name like in Africa or in the Bible. But this one girl, she was from Kansas, from the state of Kansas. I was gonna ask her to marry me, but she went to Central America to be a teacher, and I was in the Marine Corps at the time. So, but she told me that one time. She's like, when it rains, it pours, and at the time, financially, it was pouring down. I was making money, but it's raining right now. So I thought I'm gonna do a video. I want to talk about another woman, a woman named Dinah. She's the daughter of Jacob in the Bible. Jacob had a daughter named named Dinah, and it's very odd because I believe Dinah is probably like one of the first 5 women, or one of the first 6 or 7 women mentioned in the Bible in the book of Genesis. Don't know exactly what chapter, but Dinah is mentioned by name. And so when you see a woman's name mentioned in the Bible, pay attention because there's a important reason her name is mentioned. God wants us to tune in and pay attention to the story of Dinah. What happens with Dinah is that she gets raped and her father doesn't really defend her. Her father allows the rapist to take her as a wife. The brothers, though, they were offended. And the brothers, they were so offended that they got together and they got pretty much an army together. They're like, we're going to go kill everyone involved in raping our sister. And so they go. They make plans and they go and kill everyone. And then they get their sister and bring her back home. During the entire time that, from Dinah being raped and from when her brothers were in the background preparing to go and kill everyone, God never says anything. God is silent. In the hardest, darkest moment in Dinah's life, God is silent. What can we learn from that story of Dinah? Well, if you read my book called Used by God, the book of Genesis, it's no longer available. I'm editing it. It's going to be available soon. I talk about how sometimes in these seasons where we think that God is not paying attention and that God is silent. Matter of fact, God's not silent. He is in the background using people, positioning people in places that we don't even know about. God is preparing for us a blessing that we have no clue about in the background. In Dinah's situation, God was silent, but he was using Dinah's brothers to go and rescue her. Even in the moment that great old Jacob, the patriarch, seems like he doesn't even care. He doesn't care so much that when Jacob found out that the brothers went and killed everyone, Jacob got scared and said, why did you do that? Now they're going to come and kill me and all my offspring. And when Jacob gets scared, then God speaks. But he's silent in the darkest season of Dinah's life. And why? Why is he silent? Because sometimes God speaks the loudest in the darkest valleys, behind the curtains, when he says absolutely nothing. And what God speaks is that I am doing something. I'm behind the scenes. I'm preparing things that you don't even know about. I'm positioning people in positions that you don't even know about yet for your benefit. I had a story like that one time. I I went from one position. I was a manager for this one Walmart store, and then I left and I went to do construction for a while, and then I found myself in another Walmart store stocking freight. And in the background, God was positioning different managers in different positions, and because he was positioning these managers in these different positions, and then God positioned me in a stocker's position, and I was just stocking freight, and he positioned all these people in a particular position, and within a month I was in charge of half of the store as a support manager. I went from a stalker to in charge of half the store. My job was to work with the assistant manager of the store to manage everything and to lead all the crews. And I had no idea what I was doing in the beginning, and at the end I knew what I was doing. And then I joined the Marine Corps after that position I did. But God was in the background. When things did not make sense to me at that time, God was in the background positioning people in places. A lot of times, man, we go through these seasons of pain and suffering and loneliness, and we wonder, where is God? Well, God is there. He's just not speaking to you. He is there positioning people in places and positions that they need to be in for your benefit. He's there positioning companies and situations for your benefit. He's there positioning resources and positions for your benefit. He might just be waiting for someone to apply for a job as a car salesman. He might just be waiting for somebody to pick up the phone to give you a call and lead you to the wrong direction, to the wrong address, but in reality that was the right address. He might just be leading you to a situation that you think it was a mistake, but it wasn't. It was to make everything fall into place. Like right now in Wisconsin, I'm out of a job. I've been looking for work, and then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make Uber a resource of income in Northwest Wisconsin, and I've been making money every day. God is positioning people in situations and positions for your benefit, and I might well be being used by God to cause Uber to be a source of income, because God has a plan for someone else later on down the road to be an Uber driver in Northwest Wisconsin. I don't know, but God is going to do stuff in the background and you don't know about it. If you feel like God is silent and you wonder why is God silent and I'm suffering and everything's falling apart, hey, it might just be that he is doing something in the background, not telling you about it. And then when it's time, all the doors open. And you're like, this was a miracle. But in reality, he's been working on it since before you even knew about it. So don't give up. Don't give up hope. Don't give up your faith. Don't stop believing in God just because he's silent. But trust and believe in him. And know that God has the best interests for you. Just keep praying and keep serving him.